Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Um, I figured it's time to create another reading for you and for the channel, and we have in here the topic of what you won't believe is around the corner, or what you won't believe will happen soon. This will be mutually interchangeable, these. And I guess the topics are going to be covering the future aspects along with some confirmation from the present moment. And I think this is going to be quite exciting because um, I forgot the last time I delved into the future aspects of the channel, like the future aspects of the reading. So this one will specifically be aimed at discovering those events and situations, and I won't burden you with negative, or let's just say like information that would bring you down. I will, however, help you out with advice or maybe things that you should know of, but generally these would be pleasant stuff or things that would genuinely and positively surprise you. So I will not try to sugarcoat the messages. I will try to be as real and authentic as possible in that regard. But the tone of the reading is gonna cover the things that you don't expect but will happily like surprise you. And I believe this will be quite a nice experience so far because I have taken already some pictures of each pile, and to be honest, I've had the most intense combinations whatsoever. And it's especially is fascinating how they all pertain to you and how they all like blend in and are driven uh, in your presence, by your presence, in the circumstances surrounding you. We also have in here subdivisions. I have devised the center of the reading is gonna, the upper center, the upper part is gonna be about you. We will delve into the identification messages and who you are and whether you resonate with this or not. Next, on the left side, we have the surrounding people and how they will pertain to the topic, or how they will pertain to the changes or what's around the corner. That will be about the people aspect. To the right side, we have the surrounding circumstances and how they will revolve around the topic as well. The lower left side is going to be about what's waiting in the shadows, and the right side is gonna be unsuspecting secret messages, and the lower center, is gonna be about the topic itself. It's kind of like the spotlight of the reading or something, but it's gonna be basically like what you won't believe is around the corner, basically, with some additional like violet cards in here. Of course, the energies and the messages are blending in all together, and you can expect me to jump from one category card section to another, so this is all not like a strict rule or something. um, Now for the pile selections, let me check to be sure. Okay, we have in here the first pile with the dark blue diamond, second pile with blue diamond, lighter blue, and third pile with the white diamond shaped crystal, and this one is transparent or white. Take your time, pick your pile. Literally, it could be the case that you could pick multiple piles. This could be talking about for some of you, this could be like past events. I did intend to, however, you to choose one specific one that would be relevant to your present moment situation. But if you feel like you're drawn to many, this could be about a future that's more distant, or this could be about something that has already happened, and you will have some situations that will catch you later, meaning that you'll recognize yourself, you'll recognize some situations, but some of them have not yet come to happening, like to being true, and you will have the reading like showcasing what will come true and perhaps like it will happen later. So either way, the reading found you for a reason. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. This is a very complex reading because I've taken so many cards. But yeah, thank you in advance for all of the people who are gonna be supporting the video, and for those of you who also supported me in the past. Thank you. A huge thanks for you and for all of the ways in which you show that support. The timestamps will be in the comment section and the description, along with a donation link, which will also be present in both sections. If you want to donate for the channel, you have that option there. If not, that's also completely fine. Something else I suppose I have to add is like my readings are timeless, not gender specific. If you agree with something, then go for it. If you don't agree with it, use your own discernment. Don't come after me, because that's literally pointless. Pointless because I do my work, and you just have to understand whether it's for you or not. If not, that's also okay. That's also, I understand that. And also, what else can I say? Just to be sure that I don't forget everything I wanted to say. But um, pick it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't resonate, and just don't waste your time. If you are like coming with criticism, if you have some constructive criticism, go for it. I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna take it. If that's literally just commenting for the sake of it, you just have to know it really helps the algorithm. So yeah, but you just waste your time if you do that. So let's begin. I believe we will start with pile number 1, the dark blue crystal. Let's see what we have there. Okay, let's begin the reading with pile number 1. You have this dark blue diamond shaped crystal. Let's see. I love it that each pile has in the identification cards some very wonderfully made like pictures and representations. Okay, give me a second. It seems like I cannot get the picture right. Okay. The identification part, or how you're gonna understand that this is for you, you have in here the Queen of Wands, over with Performer, with the Stork card, the Surgeon, and the House card. Now this is gonna be quite interesting because it's a very specific message. What we have in here, it's an energy of a person who's very out there. This could be talking about multiple aspects. This is a very active person. This is a very in the pursuit of action, passion, fire, and success. It could be also about a milestone. It could be about milestones in general, but generally a very fiery, productive, active person. This will also talk about a person who's straightforward, who could be, you could be also introverted, but you could have levels of very high energy, and generally a very confident and very like majestic person, I would say, because this is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very also charismatic person. It could be that you hold multiple aspects of your life together right now, and you hold them with a lot of confidence. With Performer, I want to say, you are like, let's be honest, with the Stork card, you're like a good person, a nice person, but that doesn't have to be taken for granted, or people don't just take it for advantage, like, they don't have to take advantage of it. I don't know what's happening with the words today, but yeah. With the Surgeon, I want to say, let's say being nice doesn't mean for pile number 1 being taken advantage of, because with the Surgeon you are dissecting people into categories: those who are worthy of having you in their life and those who are not worthy. And for those who are worthy, you are able and you are ready to be for them, and you're ready to defend them at all costs. We also have this like house, so that means you could be showing some very stable aspects into people's lives, and also you're not afraid to stand up for yourself and for those you love. But with Surgeon, I want to say this is like a very cutting, like again, straightforward. Also, it could be also defensive, in the proper way, or defensive in the sense that you know really like what your boundaries are. This is also an identity card for me when it comes to the Queen of Wands in here. It's like it's a personal thing more so, but with performer, it's like a very active pursuit or a very active person in general. I could see in the reading in here. Uh, Pretty much, I think that is all I wanted to cover in the identification section. We are gonna go so many paper, so many, yeah. I structured this for a reason, and I need like the maps and stuff for navigation, and yeah, it's very nice, but kind of complicated. Okay, now you have in here the section upper left, the surrounding people. You have in here the King of Cups, along with the Three of Cups in reverse. I would be careful because the next thing that's around the corner is about, it could be both or one of these messages. A person that you love, or a person that gives you support or shows you their feelings, could be either gathering information on, or not revealing everything to you, or if you know about a very specific group of people, because this is the people section, they will be talking stuff about you that's one thing, and the other it's like just talking behind your back. I would summarize this in the following way. Um, what makes me feel strange is the fact that we have this three. It's almost like a celebration card, you know, in the representation that this set has, but it's like a bit, you know, regretful. Like it's a bit of a regretful card in this case for some reason. It's like the person is lacking like companionship or something in this context. It's it's like a meeting of sorts, or a fake meeting, you know, a person or a group who's not showing you their true motives and intentions, and it's like you deserve more. Like that's what I see in here being reflected. This could be also a person who's a sweet talker. um I cannot really discern between the energies in here, so I would want to clarify that, but it's a double-edged sword in this context. Um, it could be literally something similar to a confession, because we have in here the King of Cups. It could be some sort of realization that the person is gonna have, and they will notify you of it. This could be also for some of you coming clean, like someone coming clean to you with the Three of Cups in here, and revealing the fact that due to their feelings, they were concealing, or they were not telling you everything, or literally it could be the case that this person was actually talking behind your back. I can see in here just a whole lot of wanting to have what you have, and this person could come off at first very competitive. It's a very like strange message, because I saw there I clarified with the Ten of Cups. It just feels to me like you got some mixed messages from someone, and it's because this person was having feelings for you, is having feelings for you, and they show that quality or that story where it feels like the person is against you. Okay, sometimes the case in here really reminds me of situations where the person has feelings, they don't like it, they cannot control it, and they go about picking, like picking you, picking at you, just like being negative. This could be even rallying people up against you in a way. You could have seen this person as very like, you could have felt that this person was having feelings for you, but you just saw it as like a complete mess and a nightmare. that this person was quite like not able to come clean with their feelings. Like, I want to say there is something about the confession in here. Like, I'm a bit overwhelmed by the messages, but I can see like a regret or a sort of a confession due to the fact that they have like, of course, and also with the surgeon, you might have cut this person off, and the person is realizing that they have done something wrong. This is so strange, like such a convoluted message, to be honest, because I'm like literally looking at this Three of Cups and thinking like, what should I say in here? But it's definitely revolving around a very specific person because King of Cups in here and of Cups, you could have been like conflicted. It could be the case that you said to yourself, you know, I'm giving up on this whole thing because this person really doesn't show clear signs of what they really want. Well, I took the Ten of Cups in there. It felt to me like this person was dealing with some unwanted feelings, and what you won't expect is around the corner is this person like somehow trying to come clean to you and showing you indirectly or deliberately that they have feelings for you and that they miss you and that they want to be closer to you. I want to say it feels like you are more than this person, and I do not see in here like a worthy match. You will, however, like that energy. You will have, however, really enjoy the attention or something along the lines of this. So yeah, it's maybe you won't build something very like far, or who knows, really, it's not something I can see right now. It can change though, but something about you liking it and you really appreciating the fact that, you know, you were wise enough to place this person on hold and now they want to come clean and very like be transparent and stuff, you know. Quite annoying, but that this person didn't do that from the start, but yeah. Now, we will delve into the surrounding circumstances and the events, situations, like the general background of what's going on, situation wise. We have for you the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. You could be placed in situations that are lacking. You could be literally like waking up in the realization that I am a bit more than the whole like setup or the whole like line of people, and here could be the case. You could feel, by the way, like you are an overachiever compared to the situations that are around you. What I also want to add is the fact that we have in here a whole power like engine. Like I can see the aura like in the cards surrounding you. The situations that you are gonna be placed in are gonna be further showing the contrast of who you are and who the rest is. Like I want to say it's like a moment when you see yourself for like who you are. This is a moment of acknowledgement of self. This is a moment of congratulating yourself, but definitely the situations will show you limitations that will further show you what you want to create or why you are on this path. I want to say the surroundings are really going to be placing a lot of like compliments or giving you indirectly like compliments for the fact that you are a performer in general. It could be like you are a person who constantly shows a desire for change and for evolution and for designing things in a better like way or in better ways. The surroundings in here are not very like prosperous, but they are very prosperous for you, I want to say. This is a very good opportunity to show yourself, to show who you are, but also don't like show yourself but don't take on responsibilities. Okay, it feels like you're gonna be like shining, or it feels like you're gonna be placed in situations where they will further show you who you are and people will come to that realization. Something about being revealed, something about being shown to the world, um, something about, you know, you really being happy for you being you and not being someone else. By the way, job wise, this could be an opportunity to show who you are, or business wise, or something about a situation where you come with that like fiery energy and you burn everything out. And when I say that, I mean it could be that you are faced with a team of people or circumstances where people don't have a lot of will. I can definitely pick up on some advancement opportunities or new things that you will traverse. Unfortunately, though, in the circumstances section, I cannot like show or talk about some very positive aspects necessarily. I would also want to say like more so you are gonna be coming off as more even more powerful in contrast to what you're gonna be surrounded by in this whole situation. Now, the next is gonna talk about what's waiting in the shadows. You have the Hanged Man. For some reason, that was a very funny message. Why, I don't know, but it came through as something unexpected or a lot of blessings waiting to be delivered. I want to say you do feel like a very fast-paced person. And with this Hanged Man, it almost feels like the milestones or the fire is just too much for the reality to basically catch up. It just feels like, you're just too fast in placing milestones or in placing desires for yourself. And you could be faced with a situation where, it could feel like I have wished that and it came to me like some, I don't know, 2 years after, but after those 2 years, I'm like aiming for something even better or something else, a very fast-paced individual in here who's watching, but you have the King of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. I want to say you do come off as having in the future more attention and more like it could be like for some of you friendship related, romantically related. It just feels like you are used to, like, let's say one person giving you attention, but in the future you're gonna be faced with many, many more people and many more circumstances that will place you in a sort of a spotlight. What's waiting in the shadows with the King of Pentacles in here, it's even more prosperity. It just feels like right now in the Hanged Man, you're like in the phase of really like showing up or showing what you really want. But overall in the future there will be more like just I can see clear concise prosperity. Like I just it could be the case that in the past um or even right now you could be showing up or you could be showing yourself up as like I want so many things, I just don't know when they will come. I just feel like in the future, in like what's waiting in the shadows, it's a lot of seeds that you have planted in here, and it's like you just have to be a little bit more like let's say cautious and patient, you know. And also is the case where be afraid of what you really wish, because I can see in here you have placed like also almost too many seeds, or you have planted almost like too many seeds and they will come crashing. Like the results of that, they will come crashing, and I feel like almost some of you will be overwhelmed, but you'll be in check or you'll be in control, more or less. It will feel like though I can see in here King of Pentacles like just too much money or just too many opportunities or too many abundance streams or abundant energies that you'll be a bit overwhelmed by, and you will wish you would have that, just pause or break, just like you have right now, or you wish you would have like more peaceful or calmer waters, so to speak, to deal with everything like what's tenfold. Why also the Hanged Man in here? Because, and the message that I said is because of the bouquet. It almost feels like it will be overwhelming at some point. It will be overwhelming, and it will not be like necessary. I do feel like it will be an energy where I don't know or I don't really need it, but it will be like something along the lines of this. So if you're aiming for something in specific in that period of time, it feels to me like you will have that and more, and you'll be at a place where, it's just like it's taking too much time to even like pay attention to that abundance coming through. Or it's gonna be a situation where I'm glad for this attention, I'm glad for this abundance, but it almost like feels like I got enough and I don't need any more of it. um for some of you it could be money, for some of you it could be connections, for some of you it could be something about abundance or something about having a lot of the things that you wanted for. This could be it almost feels like an avalanche. You will feel a bit like almost like why I didn't have that for such a long time, and right now it comes through like crashing and I cannot even like understand what's going on. It will be a bit overwhelming. Like it won't be overwhelming to the point where it will throw you off balance. You will hold like yourself very steady with this King of Swords, but in reality or inside of you, it will feel like the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it will feel a bit out of control, but it's a good feeling, as though like almost at least it's a good type of out of control in this context. You have the cross card, you have the broom card also in here covering the King of Pentacles. What I want to say with the cross card in reverse, there will be also what's waiting in the shadows. It's a feeling of liberation. It's a feeling of liberation from some suffering or from something that has been burdening you for a long time. And also, it could be the case that you feel like something got simplified or something got rid of. That feeling when you clean something up and you throw it away. And basically, like you have the free space, or you have the three, the three you have the free space to finally think to yourself like, that's so wonderful, like right now I have this almost void to fill in with something else. But it just happens to be very strange how this pile seemingly explodes at times with a lot of things, and then they have like a period of simplification or a period of rest almost. If you've heard about like white karma or good karma, this could be the message for pile number one, that your actions, they have been accumulating and now they're waiting for like a channel to show up or to basically come to fruition. And I feel like there is like the trigger moment. Like when the trigger will happen, you will have like so many things, it will be just a bit overwhelming. What this could also look like, it's basically a situation or a period where it felt like nothing was happening, or you felt like it was the void, or you felt like, I have so many things I want, but for some reason they just don't happen. And I can see in here like that moment just exploding, and it could be the case where your finances just stabilize and you have like at the same time more job opportunities, then you have the relationships, then you have multiple like people requesting to go out with you. Or it could be also that period where you will have multiple ideas and multiple like set of inspiration things that you want to pursue, and it will feel like, I don't have enough time, and where was that all along. I can also see in here just you ordering things, and over time with this King of Swords, I want to say everything will be sorted accordingly, and everything will be sorted in such a way that you will even have free time in here, something that you really wished you had. Um, just shortly after, everything will come into this trigger moment, and it will be like an avalanche. I can see in here like almost an image of a fruit which is actually like growing and becoming from the red color, from the blue color to, oh my god, from green to red, like the ripening process. Like I can see a lot of things like uh it's just how strange this feels, like so many seeds and them like growing flowers and then like fruits, and that's basically how it feels like for this pile is gonna be right now. It could be the case that you're in this suspense, especially with the circumstances showing up as the 5 and the 10 of wands. This could be like, I'm ready to jump, I'm ready to go for it, but I just don't understand why the universe is waiting, or why everything is just on pause or something. And there is a lot of scarcity in here. And in contrast, like your energy is just like waiting for everything to explode and for you to take on the lead. Let's see what is lurking in the shadows or unsuspected secret information. You have in here the Six of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. I want to say something about something that pertains like to your emotional side, or something that pertains to that area in general. Along with the Crossroads, the book card, and also the uh, Storm card in reverse. I want to say this is emotional clearance. What's lurking in the shadows, it's almost everything really depends on your mood, or about your internal like feelings, or how you feel in general. It could be the case. Please do make sure to check your mood, or your in general like mood swings. Could be the case that your mood powerfully affects you. What's also like secret messages, or what's lurking in the shadows, it's like a lot of intuition upgrades, or a lot of things that you'll realize were one thing, but then they were completely the other way around. Or it could be the case that you will realize why the suspension was there in the first place, or you will realize why you were designed in a way, or why you took an action, or why you behaved in a way, or why the situation didn't pan out in your favor. Specifically, when with unsuspecting or secret messages, the Six of Wands shows that you were meant to win by losing something, or you were supposed to win something by virtue of losing at something that everyone succeeded at. Um, it's very easy, almost with the High Priestess in reverse, to feel very like victimized or victimhood mentality. And here I want to say everything will clear out, and you will understand that it was like a lesson of sorts. um it does make me feel like you are meant to blossom later on in life, and that's why it feels like perhaps your road or your succession in like the general word, like succeeding in life, it feels like it didn't happen to the general rules or norms that people got used to, or how they thought. It's almost like your progress in life is very strange. It feels like you could have been delayed, and it felt unfair, but over time everything will make sense with the book card as well. Now, about the main message, this will be the central theme. What you won't believe is around the corner. You have the Nine of Wands. You have the Two of Swords. This is something about simplification as well again. Um, there is like an opportunity for you to step up and to shine even more. What does that mean? It means that you will be placed in a circumstance that will further expose you to the world, or further expose you to people. I want to say the nine in here reminds me of the classical card where the person was defensive, or waiting, or being hesitant to show up. In this representation, however, it does feel like you are waiting, like you're waiting to show up. And I feel like there is like this trigger moment that's also the case. The indecision, something that you did, something that was happening to you, it felt unfair, and there was like this stagnant energy. Because I can see this like with the Nine of Swords, this is the anxiety card. I see this person like the double-edged sword phrase, or I can see this person almost like being close to. I would imagine holding the sword would be a bit painful, and that's like what comes to mind. The fears, the door. I can see in here like this avalanche of um, a lot of multiple things, like almost with the nuggets in here. I can see a lot of things just exploding. I don't know why, but it just feels like it will explode. You will be proud of yourself. There will be like a fierce reckoning or a fierce like explosion of sorts, and something about you emerging. It just keeps on repeating itself, like this image of a chick that's being born, the fallen in here. It feels to me like somehow you blamed or you thought that the universe is undermining you or is not giving you what you want. I feel like you will understand right now, very soon, why and how everything will work out in your favor. And I don't want to leave you on that like very vague note. I want you to track down your desires. I want you to track down what you wanted over the years, and I want you to see how these seeds will gradually explode. And what's interesting about the seeds analogy, it reminded me of popcorn. You know, when you see popcorn being fried, it's literally not a very like, let's say, slow process. It's like how the seed is, and then when it's becoming like heated, it generally like explodes. And like when you see the seed in its like primary form, and then when you see the popcorn itself, the bit, and you're like, yeah, literally didn't know that white part, and it was so fluffy, you know, from the outside. It's a very like from one stage to another, you know. This is also quite a non-linear pile, meaning that your progress cannot be tracked or really understood in like very simple, or you cannot really draw a chart and predict, you know, your progress in a way. It just like really depends on you, and it's something about it being jumpy and all over the place. I can see in here liberation. I can see in here a desire to step up and stepping up and being very happy about it. I can see in here you being proud for who you are, the proud card, the fears. I want to say there will be moments where people felt or circumstances felt like they were too little for you and that you were designed or that you deserved to show up, but they were placing limitations. In work related ways, this could be a higher position, a bit overwhelming as a position. It could be something along the lines of I always wanted this, but somehow I got like the setbacks and stuff. Um, it will feel along the lines of something like finally I've taken this on. I've wanted this for so long, job wise, whatever. Relationship wise, this could be something about a relationship that's gonna be validating you into the sense of who you truly are and not something that you constantly have to belittle yourself or someone else. Anyways, with nuggets, it's gonna be like the universe is gonna be handing you the seeds that you have planted, and the universe will give you like these nuggets. It will give you like the signs, or it will give you the image or the hints that look, you know, they are growing, you know, you didn't plan them for nothing. Or there's gonna be a situation where again you wanted something and that something came twice or thrice, and it will feel like, you know, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I could use a bit of time to myself. I wanted this, but I'm not sure if I can take it, if I can like manage it all at the same time. It will feel like a saving grace for someone in here. And with shadow, it's like uh, there will be a moment when you'll think like this is what's happening when you really want something, you know. It will feel a bit it's gonna be also a very quick energy, by the way, so you don't have to worry yourself too much about being overwhelmed, because I do feel like this is deserved. It's a bit that moment when you really want to take the stage, and you take the stage and you have so many like emotions running high, and but then you acclimatize really quickly, and you enjoy it, you know. I want to say it will be definitely about that pile number one. So yeah, pretty much I think I covered everything. This was at first a bit difficult for me, not gonna lie. There was the first part with people and the circumstances, like all of the subdivisions were a bit very like a bit challenging to tune into. I don't know why, but I'm glad it kind of showed itself all up into the central theme of the reading. Like it all made sense as I was like taking it and assembling it bit by bit. It made more and more sense to me, and I was like, yeah, finally the relief, because I literally don't couldn't understand what was it all about. But I think that's what's happening when you split the reading in various like sides or fragments. Thank you so much for watching. Do make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check out the old videos as well. And I really hope to see you in the future readings. If you want to donate, there is always the donation link in the comment section and the description section, whichever works for you. If you don't want to donate, that's also completely fine. And thank you so much for all of the support that you will give to the reading, to the channel, and to me. I really appreciate those, and those are the things that keep me going. Thank you so much for your trust, for your support, and for your help, and for your presence here. Take care. Okay, moving on to pile number 2. Let's see. Give me a moment. Okay, this is an interesting selection in here for the identification section, because I can feel like you are in the midst of something very intense, but something that places you just in the right type of spotlight. You're being represented in here, and I will start from that section. This is the you part, or this is the identification message and understanding whether it's about you or not. You're being represented by the Wheel of Fortune. This is a very positive card, I want to say. This is a card that's placing you either or both in spotlight or in a lot of luck. I feel like this is being present like in the right space and at the right time. I can see in here a very hostile environment for some reason. It makes me feel like this is work related, because I can see in here the team. I can see in here you being so discerning and so like wise and dealing with a storm, and like becoming really, and like, you know, evading the situation in the most graceful way possible, because I can see in here the storm card being covered by the key card. So almost like you having just the right type of wisdom to evade something that's inherently so abusive and toxic. And also the snake card in reverse. I want to say there is a very specific person or a group in here that's aiming to bring you down, and this will resonate with those of you who you know for sure about who am I talking about. I do want to say though, you have also a team of people where universally, arbitrarily, you're being seen like as a good guy, because you're not interested in drama, or you're not interested in negativity in general. What's fascinating to me about this pile in the you section, or you in the identification section, is the fact that you are able to shine in a situation where usually people just give up or they evade in general. This is strange. I didn't talk much about you, but I want to say this is like a very concise, a very straightforward, on to the point type of person that came for pile number 2. And you are honest, you are solution driven, you are channeling your energy, your passion, your emotions into something that's constructive. And also you are a team person, so you are oriented towards the people you work with, or in general you are people oriented. I want to say there is a deliberate like aspect of you purifying a situation, or you purifying situations that you come in contact with, and generally being a very well intentioned person in the identification section. um, in the surroundings, or the surrounding people, you have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups in here. I want to say there is a lot of either for some of you hidden and both like indirect support. And strangely, this is not something you see every day, but there is like people being on your side. Okay. Not even like not seeing every day, but I usually don't see Two of Cups and Queen of Cups together. It could be about someone like a female support, a female figure offering you support. It could be about a group of people or a group of females in here also who is showing you support and who's understanding and validating you for who you are. I want to also say there is twice in here in the reading the Two of Cups. Very interesting message. Almost like a coincidence of sorts, but in the people section, there are also false people. Like, this is no surprise. This happens to literally everyone, but you will be aware of that in a way. So I do not feel like this is like something to be concerned about. Um, this is also about pertaining to the message of what's around the corner. So this could be unexpected support, this could be unexpected counsel, this could be unexpected, like even like trips to your friend's house or something, or celebrations, or you just having some just spending some time with your friends in general, like with a close friend, like with a close female friend in here. And it will be a very comforting situation of sorts. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Now going to the surroundings and the circumstances. Six of Cups in here, along with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, it's limitation. The Eight of Swords in here is like waiting on something or waiting on some clearance. I could almost feel like some of you are feeling trapped in a situation. This could be about this as well, because the eight is like limitation, or almost like, yeah, it's gonna be limiting. But it's not about being trapped, it's about waiting on the right circumstance or opportunity to leave. I want to say in here you have a huge line of support. um, I do want to say it will feel like at times you're gonna be lonely, but it's gonna be also seconds to realizing that you are not alone, because the Six of Cups, this is like the friendship card, or you will be assisted. You will be assisted quite immediately. This will not save you from feeling a bit lonely at first, but I can see in here, like, I don't know why, but there is like with the storm thing, despite you being protected, I want to say you will be dealing with this head on, and it will be a minor kind of like nuisance, and you will know the way out. But you will be in a circumstance or situation, you have to know what I'm talking about right now. But it will feel like you're gonna be supported, you're gonna be aided, but still you're gonna be stuck in it for like some like short while. But you will understand that this is necessary, and you will kind of like take on or take like the best lessons out of it, or you're gonna come clean. I want to say the optimism in here, it's like quite powerful, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the key card, and you also have this um, snake card in reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune itself, it shows you that this is temporary in nature, and you're gonna be gifted and given the right circumstances, and this is only temporary. This is not like a definition of what you're gonna encounter on the daily basis. So this is not something you should be worrying about. Definitely not. The next section, like, let's be honest, the circumstances themselves are not the greatest, but you will come off as very, like, in a very good way out of them. The next thing we'll be talking about with the what's waiting in the shadows. You have the Five of Cups. This is a lot of healing. Again, Two of Cups, a lot of support and continual support from the past till the future moment I'm talking about. And also you have the Eight of Cups. I feel like this is a victorious leave. This is a victorious like departure from a situation that was very inherently like abusive or toxic, and also healing. I want to say you're gonna feel a lot of luck. Like you're gonna feel blessed. You're gonna feel lucky that you have that support line or something. Um, there is a lot of healing in here that's being emphasized by the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, and it will be like a collective healing of sorts. You are gonna like this if this is about firing, this is if this is about leaving something, this will be a victorious thing. This is not about loss, you know. This is not about a situation which basically makes you feel disempowered or like you have survived a war or something. It will feel like a very gradual change, and with the Two of Cups in here as well, it's gonna feel like the support that you've had for such a long time, it will keep on supporting you. Okay. With the Five of Cups, I want to say the ongoing theme in here is healing. The ongoing theme in here is also blessings and more abundance and more prosperity through the ways of like basically healing because of the Wheel of Fortune in here. So it's gonna feel like you're blessed. You are like you're gonna come clean in a conflict that was trying to bring you down deliberately. The Five of Cups in here has the Mice card on top of it, so it's gonna feel like a situation that was grasping you, like it was weighing you down for a long, very long, long time, and it will at some point literally just let you go, and you won't know like what's your name, or you will not understand what hit you. There will be like a coming home situation. I don't know, coming home to your friend, or coming home to yourself, or coming home like as a feeling in general, regardless of the place. But it's a very like positive thing in here that's being shown. Unsuspecting secret information and what's lurking in the shadows type of thing. There is a recognition of sorts. There is also some sort of financial prosperity or gain that's being emphasized with the Eight of Pentacles. This is a work card, so definitely you will have like what was taken from you, it's gonna be given back to you. With the this is the Judgment card. This is very similar, actually, by the way, with pile number one. There is unexpected financial blessings in here that are being shown up, and Hierophant. I want to say the Hierophant is being covered by the letter card, so it does feel like, you know, you're gonna be receiving a message of sorts. You're gonna be receiving some sort of blessings or financial blessing of sorts that you didn't expect. It will be a side thing, so that feels to me like it's a sum of money, or it's a sort of a stream of abundance that you didn't count on or you didn't expect necessarily. But with the Judgment card, I feel like this is like, you know, you're being paid in money for something that you went through, you know. And you also have in here the Gentleman card, so something about paid pain, something like this. So it's very strange as a message, by the way. I still cannot quite make sense out of it because but it's definitely like Eight of Pentacles related. So it's gonna feel very unexpected, but it will feel like it's deserved, okay? Also, something about a hard work that's being acknowledged. It's gonna be relevant to this situation. And why am I saying that? It's because we have this Judgment card. I keep on forgetting its name. Something about your honest work being fulfilled, or something about you being recognized for something that you did there, like honestly with yourself, and there was no person to acknowledge it. I feel like this is the integrity that's being rewarded in here. Um, and yeah, it's just like, I want to say it's like a very sneaky energy. Sneaky in the sense that, you know, not everybody or not everyone is being valued, like, is capable of valuing you. But yeah, that's kind of like the sneaky or the lurking energy is there. Now, we're gonna be covering the main section of the reading. This will be about the main thing that's around the corner. Um, this will be the central part and some like violet cards there. And for it, we have the Nine of Pentacles along with the Empress in reverse. This is something about the hard work that's being panned out and in the best of the ways. I think that this pile is gonna be feeling the healing slash acknowledgement of their work, which is gonna be showing up as a financial reward. What is interesting is the fact that we do not have in here the Ten of Pentacles and actually the Nine, and we have the Empress in reverse. So this is it feels like it's not over yet, or you're yet not in the feeling of, I've achieved everything I wanted. But what I want to say, the Nine of Pentacles, it's a good acknowledgement of what you will experience. And also, it's gonna be, with the Empress in reverse, it does feel to me like it's gonna be a bit exhausting. But eventually, you're gonna feel like this build up momentum that's gonna make it feel so that what you have invested is really worth it. From the other cards, you have the Limitless, the Serial, the Dazzling, Pencil, Spiteful, and Chase. Interestingly enough, as I was looking at this Empress card, it felt to me like you are in a growing up moment. And hear me out, this is like, it's as if you're not being given everything on a plate, but you are gradually expanding. The Empress herself is an energy of completion in abundance, whereas in this case, it's not necessarily that, but you will have the enjoyment of the whole process. This is the feeling when you, for example, pick something up from, like, let's say a hobby, and you don't immediately become proficient, and you acknowledge and really value each step as you build up this, again, momentum that I was talking about. Um, this is not a quick solution, quick fix situation, but I can see in here a build up. Not gonna lie, the Empress in reverse, it does make me feel like you may not be satisfied immediately, or you may not feel like, you have it everything all together. Or it does make me feel as though we don't have it all as you wanted it. But what you're invited to do in this case is to relish in the feeling of expanding. Okay, literally the journey mentality in here I can pick up on, and placing value on the process and not the result. That would be the saving grace in your case. But I do sense in here sort of a feeling of recognition coming from the Nine of Pentacles. So hear me out, like, do mention what's going on. Again, that's the feedback part, but I feel like you are, the person who's growing and they get the acknowledgement of how far they've come. That's the feeling, and it would feel like a milestone to me, or a checkpoint of sorts, but for you it will feel also a bit like not good enough, or really I love the feeling but I want more of it. Okay, so you're definitely invited to expand on it. So literally it could be about a project, for me to clarify, about an achievement, or if you are like working on something, you will see the first results of it like really kicking off, but the results will feel very, like, for you, from your perspective, it will feel really small, but you will see the gradual shift. And yeah, it's basically like, I'm gonna channel from the Empress card, but it's like I'm not satisfied. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest, because it does feel like this pile is aiming at a very, very specific result. With the dazzling in here, it's very interesting. Like, um, I can explain to you the mechanics of what I see. You take it for yourself, or if you can, you could explain it to me what's going on. But when you empower a person by giving them a task and really believing in them, with dazzling in here, there will be a situation where you will feel like you did a very good job. It will feel like you established something that was very unique, that was like a beginner level thing or adept type of level. It isn't perfect, but it's something that stands really out. Like it really stands out. Like what's lacking in here is like the time and the experience or something like this. Like craft related, this could be a teacher seeing you excel at something, or yeah. um And also this is coming through as identity related with limitless, and it makes me feel like someone is gonna be seeing you, is gonna be recognizing you, is recognizing your impact, or you're recognizing your unique like contribution to something. um I can see in here also with the pencil an information relating to someone really like noting your name, writing your name, or saying like, they're high, um, they're like a high value, high expectation type of person. And it makes me feel like without you knowing, you will be noted, or you will be mentioned as like a high performer or high value person. If this is work related, definitely will make sense. And definitely with spiteful and chase, there will be people who will see something in you that will make them feel really threatened, simply because something that you are doing, it's so unique. Okay, it's irreplaceable, but it lacks in something, but you will get like that sorted out in time. And with chase, I want to say not only that team, but other people will want to chase you. So hear me out, this is very strange but very specific at the same time. I see in here a very lucky person, lucky to have the set of attributes. In the first place, I see a reasonable person trying to earn their name. And I can see in here your work and your dedication being rewarded, and you like literally like gathering experience. I can see in here acknowledgement, and I can also see in here in the farther like future, for some of you it could be something really recent that is gonna unfold. I can see in here as though the universe is gonna be pushing you forward and saying like you deserve something better for the amount of honesty and hard work that you put into this thing. And the energy right now that's in the shadows somehow, like that's lurking there, is like you just doing something, or you just investing yourself in something that seemingly doesn't pan out as you want it to, or it's making you feel like, but I'm making an honest work and I'm still not like acknowledged. Like this is all temporary. I want to like really encourage you, because you have this fast growing like earthly abundance type of energy, and you will have it all like it will all make sense, and it will all be sorted out with a key card in here, definitely. And you will definitely be chased. Like if right now you're in a situation where it feels like you're not being seen as much, or you're investing yourself to 100 1000%, and it doesn't feel like it's panning out in the future, there is like a key sort of combination of events that are going to make you feel like you are like a person who's like scarce in the market, or how that would resonate for you. And with dazzling in here, the limitless, there will be aspects to you that people will really say, and you know there will be a message of like, let's win them over so that they can be on our team, or let's win them over so we can have like them in our lives, something like this. There is definitely a belonging message that's seeping through the reading. I can see in here almost like a rising star type of person with the Wheel of Fortune, and the universe right now is carrying you in the key circumstances that you should be in. And kind of, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. The dissatisfaction in here, though, is like something of a key theme, and it's coming through with a lot of like upset, frustration, and constriction, because in the circumstances category we had the Six of Cups and we had the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords was talking about being stuck. So it can be the case, or it could be that you're feeling stuck in general, or it could be the case that you feel like, I have so much potential, or I'm such like a flexible, fluid, versatile type of person, and I was meant to work with so much more, and yet I'm handed this. And you have the Eight of, it's literally gonna be the case where I literally deserve more, and the Wheel of Fortune itself will make you will make you discover yourself, that you right now in your situations that you are in at right now, they are gonna make you feel like this doesn't make sense, or already you'll have the signs that you are meant for something greater. And I would say, as a warning in here, just don't lay roots, or don't lay like expectations upon the situation. There are layers to be uncovered in here with the Empress in reverse, and there are layers of even like self-worth that are yet to be discovered. But what I want you to notify you of, it's also you have this luck card twice, like from the Wheel of Fortune and from Lenormand. I forgot which one, but it's the four leaves type of you know plant, whatever. And this like signifies luck. I do want to say there will be short instances, especially right now, where seemingly it will feel like, the world doesn't see me. I don't understand what I'm doing here. You will have that continual support I was talking about in the people section. But what you have to come to a realization to, it's the fact that it's all a gradual step. You cannot be thrown, on the map instantly somewhere. Like, it all energetically has to make sense. It all has to have a continuation. And the change in here is gradual, though. Um, do expect in the future more exposure. Do expect in the future to have more, also heaters, by the way. I can see in here the energy being a bit, not even violent, but intense. The more like acknowledgement you're gonna be receiving, the more also hate there is gonna be. And there will be such a hate that you literally don't understand what's going on, and you don't deserve it. It's gonna feel that way, but it will just happen in a way. There will be like a situation I was encountering where I couldn't understand why I didn't try to deliberately be negative towards someone, but I still got antagonism, even if I tried to get along. And it's like a truth to this pile as well, that your achievements will be a bit threatening to some people, and it will make it so that they are thrown into their like triggers, and you will be like the person who's triggering them without you even knowing, or without you even wanting this. But that doesn't mean you're gonna be like bending yourself over and dimming your life for light for the sake of it. And a very key message in here I really want to leave you on, it's the fact that you have the chase. If you generally feel, if this will resonate, then yeah, definitely your pile. But if not, that's also doesn't mean like it's not your pile. But a key information that's going on in here, it's there are people in here who felt unwanted. It's on the spectrum, really. Some of you will feel unwanted, some of you will feel like you are left out, or you are in the gray zone, or nobody really concerns themselves with you. there will be like an explosion at some point where you will feel really wanted and it will be too much. Hear me out. That's the chase card, and there will be such. It's in the proximity of, by the way, the judgment card. So it will happen whether you want this or not. It will happen. But trust me when I say there will be a moment when you will desire and crave that privacy and that, like, constriction of the Eight of Swords, because it will feel like the life is exposing you in a greater sense. So yeah, it's something very interesting, but you will be having the Empress flipped. So that means you'll be expanding, and you'll be expanding into an effortless, like, you have it in yourself already with the Wheel of Fortune. You have it in yourself, that feeling of I deserve more. There will be points in time when that feeling will manifest itself into a material, tangible way. You'll just have to, I guess, wait for it and really relish and enjoy the alone time, so to speak, because that's something you're gonna miss. I just don't know. It feels to me like it's also on a spectrum as a message, but there is like some sort of inconsistency in here that's not like random, but how it will feel and how you're gonna identify it for yourself. You will meet people who are not like you. You'll be loyal, or you'll try to be, I mean, you're gonna be natural at it, by the way. You will be dedicated, loyal, and you'll be giving yourself to relationships where people wouldn't do it, like even at like 10%. Or you'll be offering stuff to people, emotionally wise, that they didn't feel or encounter like in a lifetime. And you will ask yourself, like, where are my people? Like, why am I like this? And this like break in time where you're gonna feel like you're being chased, um, these situations do not define you. So what I'm trying to say in here, it's you've been calling, like, as a lighthouse, the people who you want to be with, and that hasn't been like neglected or something. It was all like a growing experience, you being prepared for it. So definitely, if you felt in life that you were like grayed out and wanted, there will be a powerful change in that, and there will be a shift that is gonna make you feel very uncomfortable in a way. It does feel like it's gonna be more than you expected, and there will be also the proper situations and people who are gonna accommodate, cherish, and love, genuinely cherish and love your set of very like quality driven attributes. Okay, because it does feel like this Wheel of Fortune doesn't have like anything, like doesn't have anything in common with the surrounding cards, and they are very minimizing, by the way. You could be subject to a lot of minimization, and you could be like, but I know who I am. The situations are temporary, by the way, and very transitory, um, because this wheel, what this card has in common is the commonality is with the key card. So the Wheel of Fortune, the key card, the rest, the Storm, the Team, the Snake in Reverse, these cards feel out of the context when this card is being like viewed. So I would definitely say um, something about you mismatching the, like, not matching the surroundings, and that is not like a coincidence. I think that's all, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, don't forget to show your thumbs up, comment below that you're pile number 2, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more like more stuff like this. And don't forget to check my older videos as well. There is also the donation link in the comments and the description if you want to donate. If not, that's also completely okay. I hope it resonated, and I hope it brought you some clarity or something that you really wanted to hear, and you have it as a confirmation. I think that's all. Have a good day. have a great time ahead of you in the future, and I really hope to hear from you with the confirmation messages. Take care. Okay, and we're moving on to pile number 3. I want to say this is a strange pile. This is okay. That's okay, by the way. Doesn't have to be like necessarily strange and bad at the same time. Why do I find this strange? This is very similar to pile number 2 in a way, and the quality, it could also be something that's seen in pile 1, but what we have in here that we don't have in the first two is the fact that there is the tower in here, there is the aged, and this lightning, there is the devil card, and I saw in here also a tower card. We also have the black Numen. What can I say? A lot of intensity, a lot of something coming crashing, something being destroyed, and you will have a feeling of liberation or something that should have been broken for such a long time. Okay, and we have the moon in here. I want to say there is like the energy of pile number 3 who's like extremely like somehow thoughtful or deep in thought or pensive or really like overloaded or burdened even. I have no idea what's going on in here. Let's start with the identification. With the identification, we have the moon. I want to say genuinely you are a very introspective, very, let's say, aware person and spiritual at that. But right now there is a period of stagnation, or it's as if all of your energy has been taken away from you. The moon card shows uncertainty, um, stuff that are being like things that are being concealed, that are not shown really for what they are. This is confusion, fogginess. You could be a subject to exhaustion, you could be a subject to a lot of like tired, being moody as well. And I want to say there is like an overarching feeling of eclipse. I don't know why, by the way. I just see it as an image. And when I think of eclipse, I think about just darkness. It could be a situation related to the dark night of the soul, but I don't feel like this is necessarily impacting you in a destructive way or in a, like, let's say, nerve-wracking way. I see something coming to an end for pile number 3. I see something that you really wanted to end destroy, to be leveled, to be obliterated, almost like. And I see you being like in this eclipse energy where you are obedient. Okay, we have the obedient card. I feel like you're waiting, like you're not obedient, you're not passive in general. You are, like, I would say, a very active person or someone who's very with very normal or high energy levels. But I do see in here you waiting on something to reach its reckoning part, and something that's like an avalanche that's gonna be like, if the avalanche in pile number 1 and 2 were about the people, in this case it's something that you either participate in or something that's relating to you, but the destruction of it is not gonna necessarily like impact you in a negative way. You'll feel relieved. That's what I see in here. I want to say there is like a feeling as though that's very strange, but it's almost like there are some influences in your life that are eating at you. um like a rule of sorts, like something that must be done, or something of a compulsion, or something that you cannot really change or shift. I can see that in the 7 of Wands in here, and I want to say it does make me feel like you are, or you have learned to make something that isn't constructive be constructive, or grow around something that's really not so, like, let's say, cohesive or constructive to life. Or really, it's as though someone is building their life or growing around some sort of a event circumstance that's not necessarily making them feel really comfortable, but it's something that, is from the zone of survival. So that's the 7 of Wands in here, and especially we have this like person in the center who's holding almost like two people in the background. Okay, I can see the reckoning. I don't know why. I just see the destruction. I can see the, and with Guardian in here, And as I was mentioning, by the way, the intensity, you have the twisted and the ruthless. I want to say it's as though there is like karma, or there is something that's very negatively gonna impact some people around you that did like not some very good things. I want to say with the energy of twisted, with how twisted they were, that's gonna be ruthlessly gonna be redirected back to them. You have the Three of Pentacles in here. I want to say it feels like you are protected. I feel like there is like a integrity exam, or I feel like there is some sort of a, was I honest? Was I okay with my conscience? And the answer is yes. You have the Five of Pentacles in here in reverse, so it's like it makes me feel like there was a circumstance in your life that you almost like sacrificed yourself to, and you decided to lay dormant. I feel like there is the reckoning part, and there is something that's being taken from that party that it was yours all along, but I just feel like, life force resource, something was taken from pile number three, and they laid dormant for a very long time, and they were protecting themselves. And right now you're gonna be like, there will be a crushing moment where the tower is gonna take place. And guess what? It makes me feel like in the midst of chaos, in the midst of that great crash, you're just gonna be, you will find yourself in the middle of it, and you'll just take what's yours from the ashes that this tower has initiated, or this tower moment like brought upon these people. It's very like, it's a very rough energy. I want to say this pile feels really gentle, this pile feels really like loving and stuff, but the energies around them, they're very harsh. And you will resonate with this pile if you will understand that you are not what your circumstances placed you in right now. There is almost like a constriction, there is like a, and this will resonate with someone in like very, like a very very specific way, almost like you weren't allowed to be a child, and thus we have this child card. Or you could have felt like your needs were neglected, or you were emotionally neglected. That's the companion also in here. So just like a lost child you might have felt, there is a fiery reckoning in here. I cannot, like, I just see like a crown that's being like picked up from the ashes. There is a lot of gentleness being missed. There has been a lot of gentleness, sensitivity, emotion and care that this pile just didn't get. And I want to say, I can see this crown signifying your worth. I can see this crown signifying the care, the gentleness, that you are enough, that you are loved, that you were not like a bad person, it wasn't your fault. And I can see this eclipse basically like, now it's their turn. I can see this eclipse taking over. You have this black noon, and I feel like this is insane. It's insane how much energy this pile has, because you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. I feel like the readiness, I feel like the, and this is the circumstances, by the way, I'll get back to it, but it makes me feel like you were ready all along. You were just waiting for this moment of reckoning and, justice. That's how it feels. uh and I don't feel like this pile really complained a lot. I don't see it. I just see a graceful acceptance of what has happened. Um okay, now let's go into the categories themselves. The first category will be about the people. You have the King of Wands, um and King of Pentacles in reverse. I see two unattuned people. I see perhaps this could be the people who were actually creating this, like a lot of injustice in your life in general. The King of Wands in here, it's a very, like, let's say it's very interesting, non-obedient, I wanted to say. What does that mean? It makes me feel like someone made you obedient, while this person didn't want to be that, or someone imposing rules of obedience upon yourself or boundaries upon yourself, whereas the person wasn't even thinking about, like, never, like they would never honor a boundary of yours, while they would be the ones to impose 1,000 upon you. This could be representing a person or a group of people or two people. Mostly, I guess it will resonate two people, with the message that this is about two people. But we have also the King of Pentacles, so it does make me feel like another person was supposed to be caring, like was supposed to be offering things and a resource to you, and the person was just like too greedy and they didn't want to do that. Okay, this could be literally the same person for some of you. I can see in here a flip. It does make me it it shows me hourglass, and I can see the sand dribbling there, if I said it correctly, just like going there, and that was your suffering. The sand was your suffering, and there was a point in time that the hourglass flipped, and I can see this eclipse. I can see this curse of circumstances that was like weighing you down. I can see it all being like shifted. That's literally like karma. I can see it all like coming back to the people that tried to mess with you. And I can see in here deliverance in a very strange way, because I can see some dark stuff, destruction, along with some very dark entity type of stuff that are coming for them, um to mirror back what they did. Okay, I think this is very dark, not gonna lie, but this is very dark, but that's what we have for today, I suppose. And what's interesting also, we have this set of cards that will represent like what's waiting in the shadows. What I want to note in here, it's you have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. First of all, I want to say the Queen of Pentacles shows that there is going to be unexpected wealth. Again, this is like such a reoccurring message, I almost feel insane saying it, because it does feel like it's a reoccurring theme. Wouldn't be surprised if someone has watched all of the three piles, because the messages are just so interestingly similar. What's waiting in the shadows? There is the Devil. This is something very sneaky. This is something very not okay. I can see this person shown in here as being almost like injured or something. This, again, in the message, in the key combination of messages, it feels like there is like a copy and paste of your pain upon someone else. It's being transposed in a way. I don't know how to explain it. I can see in here liberation. I can see in here you being free, you being set free, while the person is being set into the whole cycle of misfortune. The Two of Swords is being clarified by the Garden card, so it makes me feel like you will experience peace. This is like what's in the shadows, so this is not something you will necessarily have right now, but this is a hint towards what's going to unfold in the future. I feel like with the Stars being a very distant card, you will hear about someone else's loss or someone else's someone perishing. And I can see this Star card in here, you being like from the people who were like either the first, the second, the third person to know about it. I can see this person, you knowing what's happening, and almost like the universe delivering a message to you in a way, saying that, see this person, like they tried to mess with you, or they thought that they're gonna get away with that, and they are like literally out. They're in the same pattern right now. The Queen of Pentacles is being clarified by the Fishes card, so I feel like it makes me feel like genuinely you're gonna be so busy like celebrating something, or you're gonna be busy with something that's relating to your abundance, that you will literally just like not have the time, or you will not think about it too much. I can see in here like two polarities flipping. So all this time you were suffering alone, and these people were not attuned to you, not attuned to what you were feeling. And I can see this whole dynamic being flipped upside down. The thing about the surroundings and the circumstances is quite interesting. I can see in here the circumstances hinting towards the fact that everything is ready. Everything is being ready, is already like ready for you to be catapulted, or if you feel like, you're on the brink of something new, this does feel like the readiness. It's giving you a hint that, it's over, it's gonna be over. Something is gonna be over, okay? Um, it makes me feel like as of late you have been feeling, or you've had a period of time where you felt the most liberated, or the most free, or the most like energetic. This is like the surroundings. I know I have been talking about a stagnant thing, but I feel like, you will have the moment of awakening, or a moment of waking up, or a moment of, I was laying in bed all day, and I felt like, now it's time, like, I'm finally rested. So there will be a synchronization where you'll be given even more energy, okay? Because the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands is the beginning card. So it would make sense that this is showing up into the circumstance section as a new beginning that's both like mental and action driven. So there will be a lot of clarity where you should be moving on next. And the last section before the main message will be talking about the unexpected secret influences or lurking influences. Um, Again, as I was mentioning in the first section, there is a lot of protection that's going on, that's coming through from Three of Pentacles. Um, you also have the Moon card in here. So it definitely makes me feel like, um, you know how there are like natural disaster type of things that happen throughout the world, and what you'll find in most of them, there will be pockets with people who, for example, I've heard about this and it never ceases to surprise me for that aspect. It's, for example, in wildfires, a house stands there in the middle of the chaos as if it was not even like touched. Um, Everyone perishes, one person survives, and it never touches them. Like the person not they didn't even get a scratch on them. Like that's the amount of like what's going on. I've heard about, actually I did hear about this from somewhere, but I also heard about like a crashing of a plane that has destroyed some houses, and there was like one balcony that was left like intact, and like literally everything was blasted into dust, and this balcony was like untouched, literally. So that's how this pile feels to me. There is some sort of natural order or natural chaos that will reestablish everything. And I want to say it's not from the best of the messages I've read, because I can see in here the price being paid for something very powerless that you were brought into, like forcefully, and you had to survive this. But I can see this Black Newman card. It's a very like very deep and almost dark, and it has to be that way type of message. And all of this energy evades you. It evades you, it leaves you alone, it just passes you by. It doesn't even notice you. Okay? It came for something else, it came for someone else. It didn't come for you. Okay? But what I see in here is like a culmination of pain that's being brought to level 0. Okay? I see something that was taken from you being brought back to you. Again, a reoccurring message. What's also interesting is the fact that you could be anticipating this, by the way. I got this channeled message that, you felt like there was a sense of no justice, or you felt as though life is unfair, and you felt as though your pain will never be acknowledged. That will be about pile number 3. And this is a scarred pile. This is a pile who has gone through something very bad and nobody saw them. Well, guess what? It does make me feel like I don't see acknowledgement. I just see the people who made you feel pain go through like it in a very intense and long way to go type of way cycle that they will be forced into going. Um, I have no words because in here, aside from you being set free and being given abundance and being given a sort of a freedom, I don't feel like even you will be given the opportunity to. You could forgive these people, but you will not have the opportunity to empathize because you will be too busy celebrating something. Like, that's literally the case. And the lilies in here is a very sad thing because the lilies carries a very sensitive, a very soft, it does reveal the quality of yours. I can see in here. The moon card shows that you are powerful and you are going through it in a very powerful and strong way, and you've come very far. But the lilies still urged me to say that this was not normal and this wasn't something that you should have gone through. And it's definitely something that's making me say, you wished you had it all easier. Okay. It's just a lot of pain in here. I will not be surprised if there will be people crying in here for pile number 3 because the amount of not being seen, like I wasn't seen, I wasn't heard, I wasn't understood. And not only that, I can see in here just like people not even intending to make you feel seen or not even intending to ask themselves whether they did something wrong or not. But I want to say there will be a point of stability and establishment that will make you feel like, it's time to unpack, it's time to become soft again, it's time. And you could be like, I don't want to hear about it. Literally, this pile could be very like powerfully affected by what has happened. But the main course in here, the main theme, the main event that's around the corner and that will unfold, and trust me when I say it, this will happen, and it will happen in such a way that's not gonna not gonna stop it. I can see in here people grasping for like almost help, or in what sense? It makes me feel like people would want to soften the whole situation thing, but it will not help it. The main thing is like a tower moment for the people who have hurt you. And this will be known throughout the land. It makes me feel like this. Like almost like your pain will be known for throughout the land, that's the feeling. And with the it makes me feel like there was a lot of longevity to this situation, or the situation itself has been lengthened for a long time. There is a feeling of this pile will have to pack things and move out in the best of the ways. I do not feel like, again, this is not a pile I'm gonna read to which will have like catastrophic. I don't feel like this is the case, or at least I'm not trying to go there, but it could be the case that you'll pack your things and go, but it will feel like the right thing to do. The wise, the aged, the experience will provide you with some experience that will not, like, you will not get it from somewhere else, and there will be an element of grateful, but you wished you didn't go through it. Yeah, literally. That's what I can see in here. The Guardian, again, the twisted and ruthless. The element of protection in here is very powerful. It's a bit overwhelming, actually. It makes me also feel like from the Tower card we have in here like a structure, an element, or something that was pre-established like as a rule or something. And I want to say the people, like, and it will all crash down. The people or the things that hurt you, they will still fight for their right for like truth, and they will believe that they are right, and they will fight it, like they will fight till the end. Like that's how it feels. Like that's how stubborn these people are. But the more the people are gonna resist this, the worse it is gonna get, because you know, when you resist a process, it's only gonna get worse. That's how it's gonna be the case in here. This will also be the pile who is gonna say, like, you're gonna see, like, with your eyes, literally, the law of you reap what you sow. Okay? You will see it with your own eyes, and it will grant you a lot of wisdom. The experience itself and the pain will grant you a lot of wisdom, I want to say. Mm, it also does make me feel like something about your pain and something about these people going through it is gonna make you understand, or you will empathize with them, but you will say to yourself, I've been through this all this time, like I've been through this pain and unacknowledged for such a long time, and this is the result. Like, now you see how it feels. Um, it feels like it's a necessary thing. This is not, I don't feel like the people, this is a very dark thing, by the way, I can believe this, but it's definitely like someone really wants this, and therefore it channeled itself as a primary stream. But someone in here, someone in here doesn't have like the people, the abusive people who were doing things, they didn't have the mercy. I don't feel like they had the capacity to empathize, and that's why this happens. Like that's why this happened in the first place. There is a new identity, there is a new refreshed thing that you're going to experience and feel, as though there will be a new fresh me that's like rising from the ashes, and you'll have this crown. Okay, there will be a before and after, by the way, where in the past people perceived you in a like way that was maybe more, let's say, passive or not as active, or you weren't like very participative in your life because you were giving a lot of strength to surviving, giving away your strength to like surviving. But there will be a before and after where people will literally not understand what happened and will not recognize you anymore. I feel like this is the last resort, last like trial for these people who wronged you, and this is what's happening for them. There will be a point where, by the way, you will empathize and you'll feel like, you know, maybe it was too harsh of a lesson to them, but it was just what it had to be. You know, this does also remind me of the situation where, for example, you cut a plant. I've seen this on a TikTok, by the way. I've seen a woman like saying like, guess what, if I cut this plant it will come out twice as bigger, and literally she just cut it out the entire plant, and I didn't gasp, but I was like, yeah, that was a bit pointless from my perspective, because you know, the poor plant and stuff. But then like 2 months passed, and she literally proved the point because the plant was twice as bigger. And that's the story about you. And by the way, you have this Three of Pentacles, and it shows like growing. Okay, such a confirmation in here. Growing like plants or something, like in the background you'll see is the Three of Pentacles from the middle upper part, right middle upper part. Yeah, I think that's all, pile number 3. That was such like a unexpectedly dark turn. Not gonna lie, this was a very intense pile. Nonetheless, I hope it resonated with you and you found some information in here that would help you out in your situation. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out the old videos as well. If you want to donate to the channel, you have the links in the comments and the description. I hope it wasn't a nerve-wracking experience too much for you, but I cannot really say it was for me, but it was a very unpleasant energy I was picking up on when it came to what you experienced and when it came to what will come for these people. But definitely the person who was wanting a video on the karma, if you stumble across pile number 3, that's literally your wish fulfillment, because that's the main dish in here for pile number 3. So I think that's all. Thanks for watching. Thanks in advance for all of the support that you'll provide to the channel and me. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the future readings. Take care and buckle up. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna affect you in the worst. It will affect you in the most positive ways. So I don't believe there is something to worry about in here aside from the really getting acclimatized to the change. Take care.